All right, good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you're coming in, I want you guys to share this video on your page. Let's talk about something very important this morning. Um, oh, God. All right, good morning. As you're coming in, please, let's share the video on your page. Share it on your page. Let's get more people connected so we can just briefly talk this morning. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back this morning. We thank the Lord God Almighty for the opportunity to be back. Just want us to talk briefly on what is going on in the society, especially here in the United States. We're talking about the killing of the black people. Black people living in America and dying in America. We want to talk about them. Let's talk about this situation, but I don't feel that great this morning. I have cold. I have cold, and I can see that what's going on right now is a very terrible thing. Very terrible. When you go on the news, you see all manners of people on the street demonstrating because of this killing. Somebody engaged me yesterday. Pastor Shola, are you not going to say something? It's not like I don't want to say something. It's just that sometimes you just don't know what to say. And if you don't know what to say, you're going to say nonsense. And then people will hold you responsible for whatever it is that you say. And that is why you need to take your time to think well before you jump into saying anything. Even what I want to say this morning, I'm going to say not that, going to be say it briefly. I'm going to say it briefly. I'm sorry about this. Well, the police in America, it seems like they are licensed to kill black people. That's the way you see it. Formerly, we used to say black people need to comply. They need to surrender. When the police stops you, stop your car, put your hands where they can see it, respect whatever it is that they're telling you to do. If they're asking for your driver's license, give it to them. If they're asking for your insurance, give it to them. If they want you to put your hands on your head, just do it. We were talking about, black people don't comply. They always struggle with the police and stuff. Even if they struggle with the police, I really don't believe killing is the next thing to do. They were given a teaser that they can fire it at you, and that can actually, bring you down. And then they can handcuff you and take you to the station or wherever they take them to. Now, we talk about, black people fight the police. Black people always fight the police. Okay. I understand that. There are times like that you see people talking back at the police and all kinds of stuff like that. But the police are meant to protect the country. They're meant to protect the citizen, not to kill us. It's not to hunt us down and to kill us. And not, and stuff. Okay? So, we need to think about it. We need to think about it. It's just like the police are just all out to hunt black people and kill them. Let me start from this side. When you go to the prisons today, you will find out that a lot of black people, black male, are in prison. Why? So many of them didn't even commit the crime. On the other day we saw on the news a guy who went to jail for 30-something years, about 37 years for a crime he didn't commit, a black man. A black man. All right? So, I think the police I think there is a need for a mental evaluation to be done like monthly. Monthly mental evaluation for the police people. Because it seems like what's going on is just not normal. They just do this just without thinking. Somebody is just right there lying on the floor. You put your nail on top of the airwave of that person's neck, and that person is yelling and shouting, I can't breathe. And you ignore that. I really don't believe it's normal. I don't believe it's normal. I believe something's wrong somewhere. You know, something's wrong somewhere. They locked up all the black males in prison. They hunt the black people on the street. Personally, I don't like police. When I see a police car behind my car, I don't like it. I get frustrated. Because they're going to run your number, they're going to run your plate anyway. And when they run your plate, the next thing they want to do is to pull you over when they see you are from Africa. Or maybe you're black. And then they come there and then they start charging you things that you didn't even do. And when you go to court, guess who the judge is going to favor? Them. Guess who the judge is going to favor? Favor them over you. Because they work together. Because they work together. You know, because they work together. I can tell you how many times I've gone to defend myself in court, and then the police will come there and just say, and the judge will look at me and say, go and pay $50, go and pay $100, go and pay $300. They really don't care about what I got to say. They don't care. Your life don't matter at all. The moment you're black, you have a black skin, there's a problem right there. It's a problem. You live and work here. You live and work here in the state. They're taking your money. They're taking tax from you. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, they're killing you. I'm coming. Now, look at this from this side. You know what they're doing to our children? They don't want our children to be anybody. Why am I saying this? Okay, when you know what they breed Africans for, black people, to become entertainers. They want us to be entertainers. We can be rich in entertainment world. They push us to playing basketball. They give us scholarship. They give our children scholarship to go and play basketball. They give them scholarship to go and do music. They give them scholarship to go and do all of these entertainment, whatever. So we will not have any power to fight anything. We won't have any power to fight anything. And we are always happy when they give our children scholarship to go play basketball. What they want to do is to keep us right there and then continue to entertain them, and then they put us under. And we have not rejected it one day that my son is not playing no basketball. My son is going to go to school, become a whatever. Our children supposed to become somebody and then go into the politics of this country and let them become mayors. Let them become governors. Let them, you see, listen, the more power we get, the more educated we are, the better for us. The more educated we are, the better for us. All right? If black people We can actually fight back with our mindset. Change of mind. We have to change our mind. Enough of all of this just being in entertainment 24/7. Oh, shaking of the booty, shaking booty, all over the place. Strip clubs. We are the ones they see in the strip clubs. All commanders of this selling ourselves up. The gangsters. We are the ones shooting ourselves. Black people. We are the ones shooting this person, shooting that person, and all kinds of stuff. We are the ones doing that. Instead of we fighting to get to position of leadership, instead of we fighting and working our way all the way to position of leadership, we will not do that. And when they make you, they're going to build you all the way up in the field, in the entertainment world, and then they bring you down. Then they bring you down. What do you think they do? What do you think? What do you think they do? This is a serious business here. Whenever your son come back home and say, I've been given the scholarship to go play basketball, they are making you to see the money in basketball. And then you drop your vision to be a doctor. Then you drop off your ambition to be a medical doctor. You drop it off to go and be playing basketball because they are paying them millions of dollars to be in the basketball field. Did you see what they said? What they said to that guy, LeBron James? They say you didn't go to school. Go and keep your mouth shut. You only have the money, but you didn't go to school. All right. The guy is trying to help black people right now. He's actually setting up schools for black people to go to school, black male to go to school and become somebody in life. All right? Become somebody. They want to enslave us. This is a strategic way of enslaving people. They actually keep you where you cannot be a threat to them. They will put you where you can't be a threat to them at all. And it's in that entertainment field. They make you to focus on sport, focus on entertainment, focus on gangbanging or whatever they call that stuff. You become all these gangsters and stuff and shooting guns. You know where they put the liquor store? In the black neighborhood. They put liquor store in black neighborhood. In black neighborhood. That's where they put it. That one, if you know you're angry with me, you don't have to be on my network again. Just get out of here. What nonsense is that? You're upset with me. Well, what kind of stupid upset are you upsetting with me? If you can't be here, you just get out of here. Who's begging you to be on the network? Understand people. Don't understand the way people think or upset with me. For what reason? Now you hold me. You all need me. Are you my manager? Are you the one controlling me? I can say whatever I want to say on my network. If you don't want to listen, you get out of there. That's how we have problems in Nigeria. You come here and be doing like as if to say you are a King Kong. Which King Kong are you? Now, what am I saying? We have to be very, very, very careful. We have to be very careful. When we are allowing our children to focus on sport, we allow our children to focus on sport, they are trying to take away their future, their power. They're taking away their power, their future away from them. Do you know how many of you guys send your children to the military? You send your children to the military. All because they don't have to pay money to go to college. They don't have to pay money to go to school. Let them go to military. Those boys, those girls will go to military. They stay there. They give them education there or whatsoever. They push them back into the street. And those boys will start now looking for a way to find their feet. They start looking for a way to find their feet. They put liquor store in our street. All right? They allow drugs to penetrate the neighborhood. They allow drugs to penetrate the neighborhood everywhere. Understand? Keeping the black people under. But we are enjoying it. We're jumping all around, shaking booty all around the place. When are we going to talk to our children? When are we going to talk to our children that is not about your black behind alone? It's about what you can develop in your brain. All right? What you can develop in your brain. When are we going to be that person that will change our mind? It is not about violence. It's not about fighting on the street. We can fight on the street all we like, break all TVs, break every car, burn all the houses down, all we like. The moment our mind is not changed, the moment our orientation didn't change, we are still going to be on the same spot. We're going to be on the same spot. We're never going to move. And this is exactly what is affecting Ghana, affecting Nigeria, affecting South Africa, Gambia, all black countries in the world. This is exactly what is wrong with us. That's what is wrong with us. I see something going on, when ever since I've been in America, I found out the moment a black man enters into a white neighborhood, the white people will start moving away from them. They start moving away from them. Start moving away from them. And now, I am so sorry to tell you, you guys elected, you voted for Donald Trump. I was so shocked that I see a whole lot of my African people, my own African people, voting for Donald Trump. You know Donald Trump? You know who Donald Trump is? Donald Trump represents the white supremacists. They don't want black people in this country. And you voted him in there. And now you are talking. Whenever it's time to vote, you are the one talking about go and vote for him again. Let's see what happens next year. Let's see what happens in the next 4 years and see what happens where we're going right now. Let's look at it. They don't want no black people here. The day I kind of noticed that was when they came up with this Kinikno heritage, trying to force the black people to go and connect to where they come from in Africa. That you can go back to your shithole country. Go back to your shithole country. All right? They refer to our country as shithole country. They don't want us in the place. And we are not helping situation. We are not helping. We are not helping situation at all. All we do is go to church. Church, pastor, church. Pastor can't take control of a country. Going to church can't take control of a country. You want to rule a country, you want to fight for your own people, you must be in position of leadership. Nigerians don't have no backbone in America. We got no backbone. They do Egbe Omo Yoruba that didn't even he didn't get out of the roof. If a Yoruba man should have problem today, Egbe Omo Yoruba cannot stand for them. They have the Egbe Igbo, Egbe Omo Igbo. All they do is party. Oh no, is everything all right? That's all they do. Nothing, no connection to the government at all. Nothing whatsoever connected to the government. Nothing. All we do is we are on the underground and we do whatever it is we do. That's what we do there. All right? That's what we do. We got nothing. No backbone, no support at all. When a Nigerian wants to contest for the position of a mayor, Nigerians won't vote for them. Black people won't support a black man. A black man won't support a black man in any way. Now we are shouting. It is not about riots. It is not about burning down countries. Houses and stuff. It's not even about anything. It's about our mind. It's our mind that must change first. We have to look away from just going to the barbing salon. Oh, I want to open a barbing salon. A barbing salon can control a nation. Oh, I want to go and be playing basketball. Basketball can control a country. All right? You can't be relevant. I want to go play football. My son is playing football. He's going to make a lot of money. Be happy. A footballer can't control a nation. It's not possible. All right? All those things. Now, do you know why black people are dying during this pandemic season? It's because the black people, we are the ones driving the cars. We are drivers. Black people, we are the ones cleaning the bum of their old people. Black people, we are the one in the post office, putting mails all around the place. Black people, we are the bus drivers, driving buses everywhere. Black people, we are the ones that actually doing the cleaning on the street, all the vehicles they drive, all those vehicles, black people are the one doing it. You will begin to look at the old stuff. And we are the ones in the forefront because of lack of education that they don't have. Because of that. Because we are not rightly placed. And that's why we are in the forefront connecting directly to coronavirus. We are driving, we are on the train. We are the one that is rolling the train conductor, they are black people. The cleaners, the cleaners are black people. The waiters and the waitresses, they are all black people. You know, all kinds of stuff. They are all black people. So the doctors are black, the nurses are black. So they are the ones in the forefront. They are the ones in the forefront. That's why they are dying. They are dying, and we don't have good health as black people. Many of us, we are fighting high blood pressure. You know, that is what it is. And we have not thought about it to say, let us change our focus from all of these kinds of jobs. Let us move higher. Let's move up. When Obama came there, black people were against Obama. He couldn't help us. He couldn't do anything for us. Nothing. We sell our birthright. We sell our life off for nonsense. All we do is pray, pastor, church. Going to church cannot control a country. Being pastor alone can't control a nation. It's not possible. All right? We gotta have to look away from a lot of things and go and build ourselves and look at other things that will actually make us to actually be relevant and be able to fight for ourselves. Look at the Spanish people. The Spanish people, they came into this country, they penetrated this country. Look at the Chinese people. Chinese people enter into this country, they penetrated the country, they enter into limelight. They defend themselves, they have lawyers, they have government people in the old stuff that are fighting for them. Look at our own black people, black senator. They catch them inside hotels sleeping with young boys. Black senator, that's what they do. Black senators, they find them smoking weed inside hotel all over the place. When are we going to change? When exactly are we going to have a different mindset? To be able to now fight with our brain. How do we fight back? Is by having a change of mind. Change of mind. The businesses we enter into are not the kind of business. Here, nail salon. We go and open nail salon. All black people, all black women, I know, everybody want to be, they want to do nail salon. Oh, all the boys I know, they want to open a barbing salon. They want to gossip. Talk about, hey, the president, Trump is bad. Trump is bad, crazy. Trump is not good. Trump is this, that. And that's what we do. What are we doing to get to limelight? What exactly are we doing to fight back? Okay, by getting to the top. What are we doing? How can we push our children to go further in life? We are the one having 200 children. The white people, they only have 2 kids. 2 kids, they send them to school. They do whatever it is. They place them in position of leadership. They push them to do this, push them to do that. And all kinds of stuff. It is we that all we do is pray. Go to church. Going to church can't help us. It can't help us. No, it's not helping. What is going to help us is to put our children forward. Let them get the necessary education, be where they're supposed to be. That's all. You know, it's time for us. It's time for us to look away from a lot of different stuff that we put our heads into. Every Nigerian wants to be a nurse. Every Nigerian wants their children to be doctor. Every Nigerian wants their children to be in this or that. How about in position of leadership? How about they go into politics in America? How about we back them up? Do you know how many of us, are in America? You know how many immigrants are in America? Go and check them out. Check them out. You see, the Chinese people, they have a Chinese town. They call it Chinatown. Where is the black town? Where is the black town? All we have is the ghetto. All we have as black people is the ghetto. We go to ghetto and say, oh, this is my crib. This is my ghetto, this is my crib right here. And all we do is sit down outside, smoke weed, drink beer, sit down there, shoot ourselves. And we shoot ourselves and fight against ourselves. We help ourselves to die by distributing drugs all over. You go to laundromat, they sell drug there. You go to laundromat, they sell weed there. That's what our brain is. And the young girls are going all around prostituting themselves for money. When we are supposed to fight, not fighting violence, not through violence, not through burning down street, not through killing people, not through killing anybody, is by we going back to change our mind. It's by we going back to change our mind. The society is already showing us the direction we're going. Do you know that the coronavirus is still very much in town? People bypass coronavirus. They begin to go. They're going from street to street, fighting, burning down houses, ignoring the effect of coronavirus. That's not the best thing. That's not the best thing. The best thing is for us to actually take ourselves back and act like in the days of Martin Luther King, that he will hold meetings and tell black people to go to school. Take black people to get better jobs. Take black people to come into politics. Let us support ourselves. Black people, it is time for us to support ourselves. When you hear that a black person is going into politics, is running for an office, support them and push them higher. Don't come and be bad buddy. Oh, he's from Ghana. Oh, he's not an American. He's a immigrant. He's a this. He's a that. You see, let me tell you something. If you continue to do that, we will never make it here. We will never make it. Never. We can't. The Chinese people, they have Chinatown. The Lebanese, they have their own town. The Spanish people, they mingle together. They stay together. They mingle. The Indians, they own all the hotels. All the hotels in America, majority of the hotels, the Indians, they own it. All the casinos, the American Indian owns that stuff. They have their own settlement. They have their own people. Nigerians, Africans can be together at all. We can't tolerate ourselves. The only place we meet is a church. And then we go there, we fool ourselves. We fool ourselves in church. We walk out of the place like as if to say Jesus is going to come down and fight for you. Jesus is going to come down and do whatever it is that needs to be done for you. Understand? Jesus is going to come there. When he was blessing us, he said, go and take charge. He said, take charge, subdue. It means that it's an action word. Go do it. Go and do it. I'm not doing it for you. Go and take charge, subdue it, multiply it. That's what he gave to us. He didn't say go to church and be praying for me to come do it for you. No, we go to church. It's only church we go. Church, 24/7. That's how we go. All right? And instead of we doing other things, we don't do other things. Our mind is messed up. We need a different mindset. We need a different mindset. A totally different, clean mindset. And that's what I'm actually here to talk about. Somebody pushed me and said, Pastor Lai, you got to say something. But if I want to say something, whatever I'm going to say is going to be different. It's going to be different because I don't see things the way we see things. I don't see things like that. It is time for us to tell our kids no more playing basketball. It is time for us to tell our kids there's no more playing football. It's time for you to go become somebody in life and aim higher in your life. Don't let them tie you down in basketball. Don't let them tie you down playing football. Don't let them tie you down there. It's slavery. That is what slavery is all about. Don't let them make you to go and be opening barbing salon all around. That's slavery right there. Don't let them make you to open liquor store all around. That is slavery right there. Don't let them make you to open nail salon. That is slavery right there. Don't let them make you to be opening hair salon all around the place. That's slavery right there. You need to aspire to become better. Better in your life. Do something much more than that. Go higher. When they give you scholarship, say, I don't want this scholarship. We want to go to school all the way. We want to do what you guys are doing. We want to take over the country too. The country belongs to all of us. The country is not the country of the white. The country is the country for all. We build it together. Our forefathers died in this country building this nation, building this country. They died inside the underground. They were the one that built all the underground railroads. They were the one that constructed the subways. They were the ones that built all of these skyscrapers you're seeing. Our fathers built all this stuff. They were brought into this place as slaves. They worked tirelessly. They worked them into their bones. Why are you going to continue to be slaves in a free land where you belong, where you have worked, where your fathers shed their bloods? They shed their blood here. You might not be directly connected to one of them, but you may not know. Maybe they are one of your generation, you don't know, they walk them to the bone. And this is the time for us now to pay them back by actually taking over our position in America. Taking over our position in America. Enough of entertainment. Enough of entertainment. Enough of playing football. Enough of playing cricket and jumping all around and doing strip club all around. Enough of all that stuff. Enough of that. The right thing for us to do is to go into the politics, push our children into it, let them go higher, let them become senators to actually fight. Look at the Senate. Look at the House. How many black people do you see there? You don't get it. How many black people do you see? The moment you start seeing 50 white and 50 black, then you're actually talking. You are talking. When you see in the House, you are seeing 50-50. You are not talking. When you go into the Senate, you are seeing 50-50. You are not talking. We are not talking. But until you get there, where you are still seeing only one black senator, or one black senator and 30 white senators, when you are seeing all of that stuff, we are not there yet. We are not there yet. We are not there at all until you begin to see a whole lot more governors that are black. Begin to see a whole lot more mayors that are black. Begin to see black people on top of the line. You see, when you look at all of this stuff that they do, when they do advertisement, they put 4 white people, 1 black person. And then you begin to ask yourself, why is there only 1 black person? Why not 50-50? When there are 10 people in the place, let them use 10 black, 5 black and 5 white. It's supposed to be equal opportunity, equal right. We live in the same country. We pay the same amount of taxes. We buy things together in the store. The police need to respect black people. Black people are people too. We have blood flowing in our blood. We pay taxes in this country. We work in this country. Our children are part of this nation, this country. We are part of this country too. They need to stop killing us. We need to stop dying. We have to stop dying. We have to change our mindset. We have to drop off all these gangster moves, gangster lifestyle. We have to be able to be responsible and reasonable with ourselves. With ourselves. We need to stop dying. Not for them to stop killing us. We need to stop dying. How do we stop dying? It's with our mind. We change our mind. We rebuild our mindset. We correct what we have in our head. Enough of entertainment. Let's go for serious business. Let's go into the Senate. Let's go into the House. Let's become mayors. Let's become let's become governors. Let's target it. Let our children stop being on the background. Let them stop that. It's going to be until then. If not, we are going to continue to do the same thing. The same thing. It is not about in the next 2 years. It's not about in the next 3 years. It's not about in the next 10 years. I'm talking about in another generation where we will have pushed our children and change their mind for them to see that, listen, liquor store that is put on the street is actually to destroy you. Run away from it. The strip club down the road, down there, is to distract you. You cannot focus when all you see is shaking bomb bomb. Shaking bomb bomb and drinking and smoking all around. You cannot become anything. Take your mind off of it. All right? You see, that particular place, that drug place where they're selling drug, over there is put there to destroy you, to hold you down, for you not to become anything. Take your eyes off of it. Don't go over there. You see the prison? They will lock you up in prison at any time without you committing crime. Stay away from bad people. Stay in school. Read your book. Pass your exam. Do what is the best thing. When we begin to show them those things, liquor store is a deadly place for you to be. Okay? In the barbing salon, go there, barb your hair and come out. Don't go there and be hanging out and be saying, I want to become a gangster. When you want to become a gangster, you pull out of school, you buy a gun, start shooting people on the street. You're not going to be able to become anything. When they arrest you, they lock you up in jail for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. Go to the jails. Go and look at how many black people are there. They have been locked up in jail for years. And no wonder the street is full of women, single mothers, no husbands. Their husbands are in jail. Husbands in jail. Is it not good enough for us to see the example of these ones that are being killed to change our mind? This is not the time for us doing demonstration and making money from demonstration. This is not the time for us to wait for one rich person to use us to go and demonstrate and burn the street down. That's our property we are burning down. The houses you are burning down actually was constructed there with your tax. The cars that you're burning down, that's the car that belongs to somebody, a citizen of this country. The government didn't buy that car for him. No, he bought the car by himself. And you succeeded in burning it down. You broke his windshield. You know how much it cost him to go and fix that windshield after all? What kind of demonstration are you demonstrating? That's not going to change anything at all. The demonstration and beating people, killing people, and shooting everybody is never going to change anything at all. It's going to continue to mess us up. These are properties that belong to our children that we are burning. We are burning the property of our kids. You are burning them down. That's not the way to act. That's not an intellectual way to attend to things. Dialogue is the best thing in life to attend to things. Sit at the round table. Let the black people take their place. Sit at the top tables. Take their place right there and make laws. All right? Sit at the right table and be able to implement stuff. Let the government follow it. That's the way to fight and win a battle. You don't win a battle by becoming whatever and then start breaking things all around the place. You don't become nothing. You don't become anything right now that you are now going to be spreading coronavirus. Because as many as possible that have been there, they have contacted somebody, they have watched on somebody, that touched somebody. You never know who is having coronavirus there. And then you now see a spike that now people will start dying right now of coronavirus. This is not the time for us to actually act this way. It's time for us to become, act in a modern day way. Act as an intellectual, somebody that been to school. Sit at the top of the table. Sit around the table and let us talk about this whole stuff. Why killing people? This killing must stop. It must stop. Let all the people that are actually just sitting there in church praying, let them come out. Let's go become something. Even in Nigeria, not talking in America alone, talking in Nigeria also. In Nigeria also, it's time for Nigerian Christians to come out of their holes. We need to go into politics and take over countries. Let's go take over the nation. Let's go there. Become governor as a president, as a Christian. Become senators as a Christian. Go there and show them sample of how a good senator will rule. Go there and show them sample how a good governor will minister. We control the country, or the state. Go there and become a president. Show them a sample of how a child of God will be a president of a country. Go there and show them a sample. Not just praying. Not just praying. You've been hiding all this while. One thing I want you guys to always believe is that how long are you going to pray? Is God a wicked God that will be actually hearing you pray for the past 200 years? You've been praying and nothing is changing. You are making God to look like not a God. You are making him to look like a dead God. It seems like God is not answering your prayers. That's the way I see you. It's time for us to stand up. Fight for our rights. And you don't fight through violence. No. What you fight with is your brain. Change your mindset. Change the way you see things. Change the way you think. Change it around. Change it around. Change it around. And that's what is wrong with us in America too. We live in America like as if we live in Nigeria. We live in America like as if we live in Ghana. Many of you guys have not disconnected. You have not mixed with the country where you live. It's the same mind. No change of mind at all. The same mind. Same mind. Listen, I don't want to yell too much. The thing is this. The end of the world has come. It has come. It's finally here. We've been talking about it for 70, 80, 100 years and stuff. But finally it's here. We have to be very careful. Let's be very careful. It's time for us to fight. Not through violence. I'm talking about dialogue. I'm talking about changing our mind. I'm talking about that. That's how we are going to deal with it. It's not violence. It's not violence. I have a different mindset. I think in a different way. I understand what these white people are doing. We have to be very smart. We have to be very smart. Black policemen, fight for your people. Black policemen, fight for your people. It is the same black people, black policemen, that are stopping black people taking advantage of them. The same black policemen. Black policemen, take care of your people. The whites are taking care of their own. The white policemen are taking care of their own people. Black policemen, it's time for you guys to activate your brain. Take care of your own people. Stand for your people. When they go over to arrest your people, be there. Fight for their rights. They got rights. They must not die. They are not meant to be killed. They are not animals. They are not animals. They are not. They are human beings like yourself. Human beings like yourself. Take care of your people. Take care of them. Take care of them. It's not good for us to allow people to be killed and then we now start rioting. Don't wait for people to die before we start rioting. That's not the right thing. We're losing people. Losing good people. We're losing people, losing good people to death. We're losing them. Fight for us. All those policemen that are black, they're there, fight for us. Stand for us. Lose your job because of us. Let them fire you because you stand for the truth. Let them fire you because you stand for the suffering people. Let them fire you for standing for your people. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. And the Lord be with you and bless us in Jesus' name. Amen. Have a beautiful Saturday morning. I will soon be back in the studio after my morning workout. And we're going to be talking about some certain things by God's grace. Peace out.